As mentioned earlier, the Senate budget includes a change to the way public assistance flows to child care facilities. Advocates for businesses and children say the change lowers the bar for accountability in early childhood education, while supporters say it's necessary. Statehouse correspondent Andy Chow reports.
It is ensuring that our children who are experiencing poverty are being taught by teachers who know child development and know how to help them learn.
Robyn Lightcap is the executive director of Preschool Promise, Inc. in Montgomery County. She supports Ohio's requirement that all child care facilities hoping to serve children using public assistance must abide by an accountability program known as Step Up to Quality. She says it will help prepare kids for kindergarten. Lightcap and other groups are rallying to oppose a change inserted into the budget bill by Republican Senate leaders to get rid of that requirement. The amendment states that child cares would no longer need to participate in the Step Up to Quality 5-star program in order to be a qualified facility for kids on the federal publicly funded child care program. Joe Patton, director of Allen County's Job and Family Services and Ohio Means Jobs Allen County, says the requirement is leading to fewer child care providers eligible to serve low-income families.
We want to put people to work, but they need to have a safe place to put their children. So in losing these child care providers, we've lost opportunity to move our people on public assistance into work. And the unfortunate consequence of this, it has disproportionately affected minorities and low-income child care providers who don't want to jump through all this red tape and the government stuff to be able to take public funded children.
Andrea Stout is the director of the Learning Tree Child Care Center in Allen County. She was invited to speak to reporters at the rollout of the Senate budget, saying her program is an example of a facility that could not keep up with the standards and administrative work required by the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services, or ODJFS, to qualify for STARS with Step Up to Quality.
Our child care program can only sustain what we can utilize by private paying parents. I was unwilling to raise the rates for private paying parents to sustain being able to maintain and keep the children on ODJFS.
Stout added that the church her child care program is based out of began to offer scholarships to children from low-income families to help fill the gap. Linan Gutierrez is Assistant Director of Groundwork Ohio, a nonprofit that advocates for children and early childhood education. She disagrees with critics who say Step Up to Quality decreases access to child care. Groundwork Ohio put out data from ODJFS that said the number of kids using public assistance being served in star-rated facilities has actually increased since 2017.
If this was ultimately about paperwork, we would not be in this situation right now. This is about the willingness to make an investment, what matters, and what we know can produce outcomes with public dollars, versus making a short-sighted decision to try to solve a long-term spending problem at the expense of all of our youngest children.
Part of that investment Gutierrez was talking about includes putting more money into the program and expanding access. The current eligibility for federal publicly funded child care is 130% of the federal poverty level, which translates to a family of 3 making no more than $28,200 a year. The Senate proposal does bump that number up to 142%. That's a family of 3 making up to $30,840 a year. But advocates want to cast the net wider than that. The House still has to approve the elimination of the Step Up to Quality requirement, and lawmakers have been hearing from advocates, including Republican former Senator Peggy Lehner, who said the change was a, quote, travesty, and urged legislators to keep the program in order to provide children with the best education. Governor Mike DeWine, who has made early childhood education a priority in office, would also have the ability to line-item veto the measure. Andy Chow, Statehouse News Bureau.